Hey there. Hey, Scott.
Morning, Tony.
Hey, everyone. I am Tony Stubblebine. I'm the CEO at Medium. This is Scott Lamb, VP of Content at Medium.
Hi, everybody.
And we are two of your hosts for Medium Day. I don't think an event like this has ever been done, ever in the history of events. And I say that as someone who actually used to put on a lot of events. There's like a tiny nugget of it that's been plucked from the world of unconferences, and that's essentially that it's a community-led event. So as I get started, I want to give some recognition to Medium being a global company. I saw this already on the hashtag Medium Day on Mastodon. If it's after midnight for you, absolutely. Thank you for showing up at this late hour. I know it's really hard to find time zones that work for both when the speakers are awake and when the attendees are also awake. So this event, it's community led, and what that means is it's community first. It's it's the speakers from the Medium community that are here today. And that's what's been in my mind all morning, because later today, I have to give a keynote about the state of Medium. And I kept thinking this morning, we're a writing company and we're supposed to live by this mantra, show, don't tell. And so later today, I'm going to tell you how things are going. And I just encourage you to, instead of coming to my keynote, just look around at everything that surrounds the keynote. That's how it's going. Medium is primarily based on the stories that people come here to tell. And today, I'm sort of shocked by these numbers. Like the first time doing this event, none of us knew what to expect. Today, we're putting 230 sessions on stage, and as part of that, 350 different speakers, which is part of what makes this event so huge. And the other part also that's a surprise, a pleasant surprise, a really happy surprise is right now we have more than 25,000, almost 26,000 people signed up to attend, which is, Scott, that's like the size of an arena rock concert, right? This is a rock concert for people that love reading and writing. Yeah, all right. Let's do it. So that's my welcome. And I want to give just a little reminder about, making the most of it, right? Because this is community led, it's not supposed to be perfectly curated. It's supposed to feel like Medium, which is wild and has all of these gems, but you have to look for them a little bit. And that's especially true because we have so many sessions. And so if you got the email from me yesterday, the law of 2 clicks, click around, find the place that is right for you. And that's the welcome I wanted. Scott, I want to kick it over to you to say a bit more.
Well, I'm going to keep it really brief because I think what we'd love to do is give folks time back to also get into the tool, explore sessions. You can start building your agenda. Plus one to everything, Tony, that you just said. This has been such a thrill for us to pull together and see the response that we've got back from the community. When you put on an event, it's like putting on a party. You don't know if people are going to show up or if they're going to like the idea. And it has just filled with the energy and ideas of the community in this huge way. So I'm really excited for today. I've been telling people, I guarantee there's no way that anyone can look at the schedule of all the amazing talks that are being given today and not find something that's going to be really personally relevant to them and really meaningful and maybe change their lives in some significant way. And that's what Medium is all about. So a few nuts and bolts things, I think, in addition to what Tony said about exploring, keep that message of kindness in your mind as well. Be kind to yourself as you're exploring the tool. I think for most folks, this will be your first time using Hopin. It's pretty straightforward, but it's, it'll be new to you. You want to familiarize yourself a little bit with the tools. There are a lot of different things you can do today. The majority of the sessions and the talks are going to be in what are called sessions in Hopin. So after you're done here, you can jump back into reception. Everything that I'm talking through right now is also documented in there. We have a nice sort of how-to Medium Day document that you can take a look at, but you can explore sessions. The main stage is really kind of where we're hosting most of the medium run talks today, including this one. So there's just kind of two different areas that you can go and see talks. Some of them, there'll be questions available. Some of them they won't. There's just a bit of a quirk of Hopin and kind of how we're running the day. But by and large, there's going to be chat available. There's also a networking feature in Hopin. If you want to just be connected to other people who are here today, that's an opportunity to do that. And I really encourage, in addition, obviously, to spending your time listening to interesting speakers, to do that. I think the main point of engagement today, though, definitely is between the speakers and the audience. And we've tried to set up all of the sessions today and really encourage the speakers to have that first and foremost in their mind. We had a rule, no slides. Unfortunately, one person is breaking that rule, Tony. But the reasoning behind that rule was just to give people permission to say, I want to come up and talk to other people, give them something that they can respond to. And so the bulk of the sessions, we hope, is going to be discussion and back and forth between the speakers and the audience. So lean into that, bring your questions, and just get engaged in all the ways that you can. So I think other than that, the only other thing I wanted to flag was just in case you're having any issues, there is support available, mediumdaysupport@medium.com. If you have questions for stuff, we made a very straightforward email address. There is also a code of conduct. I think we have an expectation that people are going to behave here in the way that we're used to seeing people behave at Medium. I think one of the things that I love about Medium is the responses are like a very different part of the internet. I feel like people are thoughtful and kind and engage, and we certainly expect that. If you see anything that's happening that falls outside that in sessions, you can use tools within Hopin you can mute people, you can report attendees. If you do see something going on, please just remember to keep in mind to flag the title of the session that you're in. So if there's some issue happening, we can take a look at it. We want this to be a safe and respectful place today as well. That's super, super important. But Tony, I think that's it for nuts and bolts. I think.
Well, there's
look around.
It's one more thing. We're not going to be saying, "Oh, one more thing" over and over again. Like, hey, let's pull the Steve Jobs trick. But I think there's actually one more thing that's really important, which is the size of the Medium team. I wonder. I see comments coming in. I wonder how many people, what people would guess the size of the team is. But we're 80 people, and a lot of us are day to day just focused on making sure that the servers don't melt because your reading is so popular some days. And in the midst of just like day-to-day work, I did one of those CEO things, which is I came to a group of them and I said, hey, I've got an idea, which is like the worst thing you can ever hear from your CEO. And the idea was to do the part of the idea. I think everyone liked, hey, like things are going well at Medium, we should talk about it. And how should we talk about it? And I said, well, we should run an event. And, not a lot of people here run events. And they all had, their day jobs to do on top of it. And so, but the idea took hold. And there's a group of people at Medium that did an amazing amount of work. And I just want to at least give acknowledgement to one of them who's not on stage today, who's spending a lot of time on the back end, who led so much of this effort. And I want to make sure her name is heard today, Carly Gillis. Thank you so much for putting this together. You and the team you led had just did an amazing amount of work from when we conceived of this to what we see here today. However we say kudos in this virtual space, kudos and thank you.
Awesome. +1 to that. And I'm going to go rejoin Carly downstairs. We're working in the same building today, which is fun for us because Medium is a totally remote company. So it's nice to be able to do this thing in person. And although most of you are elsewhere in the world, it's really, really fun to see in the comments where everyone is tuning into for today. But we'll wrap this up. There's going to be a lot of time. If you have questions for Tony later on, please do come to the keynote. It's the only one that we've sort of circled today that there's not any counter programming going on. And join us for all the other things. Oh, I'm putting in a plug for my own thing as well. We're doing a writing hour at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. We're just going to have an hour for people in the community to come together and write. Would love to see you there as well. But go off and explore and have a wonderful Medium day. Thank you so much for joining us.